Hello, I am Asia. I am autism specialist. I have been learning and teaching for the last 25 years. I am specialized in communication and autism particularly, and special education in general. Throughout of my working with autistic children for the last 25 years, I came to realize that communication is the key for so many difficulties that autistic children might face day-to-day life. To know what is communication, we need to know that there is a difference between speaking and communicating. Speaking is it might involve two persons, but mainly it will be focused on one person, and that person is the one who is speaking. But in order to make it communication, then we need to have verbal or non-verbal response from the other side. I can show you a small demonstration that might explain to you what I mean. Here, this is the adult speaking to the child, and it is only one way. So it is coming from the adult to the child, and it's considered only speaking because the child didn't respond and he didn't involve in the conversation. While on the other hand, when we say communication, it has to be then two ways language, two-way conversation. This is the adult speaking to the child, and this is the child responding to the adult. In this case, we can call it communication. That's the only case that we consider it communication. Otherwise, it will be considered only speaking. In communication, when we talk about the autistic children, the visual part in their brain is the strongest side to analyze and to process the information in order to give you the response that you need. And when we say it's when we talk about the brain function, we all know that, or might some of us know that there is the right hemisphere and there is the left hemisphere, and the hemisphere is responsible for the visual side, and which is taking pictures, and the left side is responsible for speaking. And I am just applying the case of the communication that we are talking about on the function of the right brain and left brain. So the right hemisphere is focused on visualizing, and the left side is responsible to analyze, and to speak. In order for the brain to work, in order to have a proper communication, then we need both sides of the brain needs to work together. When we listeners don't know exactly what is in their heads unless they will describe it very well. I'm talking in general. But if they describe it well, then the listener can make the same picture in their head. So we can imagine that how it will work with the autistic children. If you would be able to explain very, very well, so the listener, which is the child or the autistic person, can analyze and understand and process the information, then you need to be very clear, and you need to make sure that the listener is able to create a picture in their brain, the picture that you are really talking about and the one you are targeting. In like to maybe to explain more about it also, I can talk about it in a way that in a visual way, let's say. Like this is the adult talking, and he is saying ice cream, and the child is like, oh, I'm in trouble, you know. So while if we use it this way, I think even I don't need to talk. Aha. So the ice cream, which is the picture with the word. So the child is happy, and it becomes a reward instead of punishment. So that's how much is the picture make a difference in understanding. Even though there is people who are visual, but when it comes to autistic children, it is really matters. And in our next hangouts, we will talk about the tools, and I mean the visual strategies, the tools, and the way we can create words and sentences through through placing pictures together in order to let it be understood and to support it, so the listener, which is the autistic person in this case, can understand and needs a very little effort, and also can use the full potential which he or she has. And to finalize this one, the final word I can say is that visualizing is really very, very strong, and consider the most important strength in the autistic children. So we need to make sure that we activate that part of the brain and to use it fully. Thank you for listening, and I hope that it helps to develop your communication with your child or the person that you are trying to deliver the information to. Thank you.